In the fall of 2022, my husband and I flew out to Washington to pack a car full of my grandma's heirlooms and drive it back to our home in Virginia. Along the way, we stopped at some famous American landmarks. So today, we went through time zone, so now we're at an hour ahead. So we lost an hour last night, which sucked. But we are going to be driving 13 hours today. I'm going to be driving, finally. We are in Murdo, South Dakota. So we're going to be driving from Murdo to Normal, Illinois, which is central Illinois. So that'll be 13 hours. And on the way, we're going to stop in Vinton, Iowa, which is the hometown of my great-grandpa and a bunch of his ancestors. I think my great-great and great-great-great-grandparents are buried. I know they're buried in the cemetery there, and one of them came from Pennsylvania after the Civil War. He fought in the Civil War. And I've actually been to the family cemetery in Pennsylvania. It's in northern Pennsylvania, near the New York border, the Catlin cemetery. I forget the name of the town, but anyway, I checked that out in 2015 and check out their grave sites, so it'll be interesting to see. I think it's my great-great-grandma is buried there for sure, and then her father is buried there, who fought in the Civil War. His name was James Edwin Catlin, and he was supposedly a lieutenant in the Civil War. So check that out. And there's an Einstein's Coffee in Normal, Illinois, which is great because I'm almost out of my coffee. Tragedy. We picked up this little guy yesterday. We named him Virgil. He's from Devil's Towers. So we've been taking pictures of him everywhere. On day 7 of our cross-country trip, we stopped in Mitchell, South Dakota. My paternal ancestors on both grandparents' sides were from De Smet, South Dakota. They are not related. We did a DNA test to ensure this. They all came out of De Smet, South Dakota in the 1800s. And I believe my great-grandfather was born in Mitchell, South Dakota.
Maplewood Cemetery?
Yeah.
What's it called? What's the town called?
Alright, 7.5 hours. Oh, and we randomly saw a gray wolf in between a cornfield and the highway. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. I am well aware of what coyotes look like, and this was much larger and differently built than a coyote, and it wasn't a dog.
I know what Malamutes look like. I know what Huskies look like. I owned both as a child, and this was like an off-white color with some light gray and then rusty red tufts around the chest and stomach. When we stopped, I Googled, are there wolves in Iowa? And it turns out there are a few. They've migrated south from the Great Lakes pack. That's in the Great Lakes region, of course. Apparently, populations of gray wolves have been spreading into Iowa from the Great Lakes region for the past decade, and that was by far the most exciting thing we saw in Iowa. We stopped in Vinton, Iowa, and saw my great-great-great-grandparents' graves. James E. Catlin fought in the Civil War and moved to Iowa from Pennsylvania after the war. His grandson, my great-grandfather, who I actually knew as a small child and who died in the early 1990s, left Vinton, Iowa for Washington State in the early 1900s, where he met my great-grandmother. My Catlin ancestors are also somehow related to the famous Indian painter George Catlin. He was also from the same area of Pennsylvania that the Catlins were originally from before they migrated to Iowa.